Hey, everybody. Hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hello. I see we got some people in here already. Don't be shy. Feel free to say hello. So, welcome. My name is Martina, and welcome to Ringside Rundown. So, it is time for me to kind of explain a little bit about what we're doing here. So, if you are new here, um, again, my name is Martina, and I do just want to address something. So, oh hey, London, how you doing? Welcome everybody. So, for those that have never met me before, my name is Martina. I am a lifelong wrestling fan, and this is going to be my new show that is replacing the Once Club. Where I talk all about news and rumors and upcoming events, PLEs, all that good stuff in the wild world of wrestling. And I do just want to make a statement that I was previously with the Hardcore Sports Network. I am not with them anymore. I'm very grateful for my experiences there. But myself and Nick from Sleeper Sports Media, we have decided to branch off and do something a little different. So you're going to see more about that. I decided to do a different format where I kind of have a little bit more structure instead of just rambling off the top of my head. So it's a new day, and what we have decided to start is called Tribal Rain Media. And we are going to be having our own content on that channel, as well as content on our own channels. This show is, of course, called Ringside Rundown, which will be taking the place of the Ones Club. And we're going to have the Bloodline breakdown immediately following this, which will take the place of the Bloodline effect. And we will be co-hosting that together. We're going to have the SmackDown preview and watch along tomorrow. And following that, taking the place of the post bell will be the final bell. We'll also be covering PLEs and pay-per-views, Steelers content, WNBA content, as well as UFC and MMA. So I know I'm doing a lot of talking. Can you y'all please put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me? I want to make sure I'm not just talking into the void and people can hear me. If you can hear me, please type something. If you can't hear me, I type that too. Uh-oh. Maybe you can't hear me. Uh-oh. I hope you can. Uh-oh. You can hear me now? Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Oh, my goodness. Can you guys hear me now? I'm so sorry. I feel like the guy from the Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you for being here. So all I was saying is this is just talking about what's to come. So you can look for a lot of cool content coming your way from Tribal Rain Media, from Martina Talks Wrestling, and from Sleeper Sports Media. Alrighty. So today, this show on the Ringside Rundown, we're going to be talking about news and rumors. And this show is only about 30 minutes because immediately following this, we're jumping straight into the Bloodline breakdown. But here we're going to talk more about news, rumors, and happenings in the wild world of wrestling, specifically WWE and AEW. So I definitely want to start out by saying rest in peace to Psycho Sid Vicious. He passed away this week. Very unfortunate loss. He was pivotal in his era. And he had such a huge impact on the world of wrestling. He will surely be missed. You see the tributes pouring out from all over the wrestling world. So my most sincere condolences to his family. And on another sad note, this week we are also remembering or recognizing the 1-year anniversary of Bray Wyatt's untimely death. And in a huge display of strength, his brother Taylor, aka Uncle Howdy, a Bo Dallas, he had his first match in 5 years, first solo match in 5 years, defeating Chad Gable on Raw. And he did great. He did great, not only for taking on the emotional burden of his immense loss, but just in the ring, he looked great. Physically, he looked great. I didn't really see any ring rust. He looked awesome. Kudos to him and all of his family. And again, condolences for that tragic loss. Even to this day, you can feel the absence whenever you see the Wyatt Six on screen. You can tell there's just so much love pouring out from the Fireflies. But that match was excellent. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out from Raw. It was a great match. And on another interesting note, it was announced today, August 29th, that there is going to be a Vince McMahon Netflix documentary coming soon. Very interesting. We all know, or if you do not know, Vince McMahon has been sued many times at this point for various reasons, all of which are not really appropriate to discuss here. But if you haven't seen it, just Google Vince McMahon lawsuits and you will see, allegedly, of course. But this documentary will be very interesting, especially considering that Raw is going to Netflix in January. So I'm really curious to see what kind of light they're going to paint him in. And, that remains to be seen, but that has been all over the timeline all day. So very interested to see what that's going to look like and how far back they're going. Like, are we talking territory era to present day, or because the man's been around a long time, and his father did the same thing for years and years and years in terms of being a wrestling promoter and a business owner and all that. So it'll be very interesting to see what that looks like when that comes out. If you remember when they said it's coming out, feel free to drop it in the comments because I cannot remember the release date. So I also want to wrap up. This past weekend was AEW All Out from Wembley Stadium in London, and I covered this event live. many hours worth of content. Myself, Tati, London, who's in the chat, No Chill, Jay Millie. There was a bunch of us. I apologize. I can't remember everybody's name, but it was a lot of us on that stream. It was a lot of fun. And it was a long one. As we know, AEW pay-per-views are quite long, but it was fun. And we do have some new champions. We have new AEW champs. The new women's champ is Mariah May. We have the new world heavyweight champ, Bryan Danielson, who defeated Swerve Strickland. And then we have Will Ospreay, who defeated MJF to become the new international champ. And I believe there's some new champs as well as far as the trios and tag team championships go. So if you can remember all of the new champions, feel free to drop something in the comments about it. Because we know there's a lot of titles in AEW. A lot of titles, and a lot of titles changed hands. So one of the really cool things about this pay-per-view is we did see the return of Sting. So those that know me know that I love Sting very, very much. He is my OG GOAT. Loved him since I was a kid. Of course, he had his retirement match back at Revolution earlier this year in March, which was held in Greensboro, North Carolina. And that was something that was really cool to me. Being from North Carolina, I thought it was really awesome that he chose here, and the significance of that location being one of his biggest matches ever with Ric Flair 40-something years ago. I thought that was a really cool way to tie everything together for him. But yes, he appeared to save Darby Allin, who was being buried in a coffin by Jack Perry. Unfortunately, Darby did lose the match, which made me sad. But he was not fully buried in the coffin because Sting did come and save him, bat in hand and everything. So thank you for Sting coming out to save Darby, because we all know Darby does not hesitate. He came out with thumbtacks glued to his face with the pokey part out. So, if you punch him in the face, you're going to catch thumbtacks in your hand, which to him, it would be light work. We all know he's okay with thumbtacks, glass, what have you. But he did emerge from this one. He didn't win, but he still won because Sting is back. And then how could we forget? Ricochet debuted. So that was really cool. Him, of course, has been in WWE for years and years, and seeing him pop up in AEW was really cool because it was rumored but not really confirmed. You know how these things go. There's always speculation. Will when someone leaves WWE, will they go to AEW? When they leave AEW, will they go to WWE? It's like a always a conversation. But he did debut, and he was in the Casino Gauntlet match. And on Dynamite, he had a match with Kyle Fletcher. Yesterday, he had a match with Kyle Fletcher. And of course, like many people, I want to see a match with Hologram. There are a lot of people, when Hologram came out, they thought that that was Ricochet. And he came out to say, no, that's not me. I have tattoos and Hologram doesn't. Because if you have not seen him, just go look up Hologram's matches. He is insane. The high flying action, the flips, the landings, just absolutely incredible. Very reminiscent of Ricochet. Their styles are extremely similar. The high flying, risk taking. It's really cool to see. So definitely keep an eye out for all that Ricochet will be doing. I'm definitely looking forward to him getting some better booking because many people said for years in WWE he was not used to the best of his ability. Like he had so much ability, but his booking did not reflect his ability, is what I should say. His booking did not allow him to shine, and he didn't get the representation that I feel like he should for someone to be as talented as he is. So that's very cool. So that's kind of the news and rumors right now for what we have time to touch on. Because remember, this is only 30 minutes. We got to move on to the next one. I'm already thinking about the next one. Alrighty. So let's talk about what is upcoming. And guys, feel free, those of you that are in the chat, first of all, thank you all for being here. If you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm over here looking down at YouTube as well. But yes, please feel free to drop questions, comments, concerns, topics that you want to address. Please feel free. I'll do my best to get to them. Hey, what y'all finna do? Hey, we're still up in this thing. Yes, thank you. Yes, please, because I see you, like I can see how many people are here, but I don't know specifically who it is. So don't be shy. Please say hello. I definitely want to shout you guys out. I'm going to share your comment. What y'all finna do? Say we still up in this thing. So as far as upcoming matches, Uncle Todd, yes, hey. So as far as upcoming matches, oh hey, Combat, hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? As far as upcoming matches, of course, there's a lot going on this weekend. I myself and Nick, we're going to be doing a lot of streaming, just us. Ringside Renaissance, that's where Combat Jones is from. If you have not checked out the YouTube channel Ringside Renaissance, you definitely should. Amazing channel. Uncle Todd has a channel. London from No Dirt Sheets. There's a lot of talented people within this stream. So look in there, look above, follow everybody in the chat, like follow each other. A lot of talented people here that really know their stuff and some really awesome creators. So please follow each other. And yes, and don't forget to follow me. I didn't even mention that. Please follow me. You see the little ticker on the bottom? My Twitter is WrestleTinaB, and my YouTube is Martina Talks Wrestling. If you're not following me already, please kindly do that. Yes, absolutely. You're very welcome. Yes, I love to shout people out because I support people who support me, and I know I've been very blessed. So I definitely have to return that favor. So yes, y'all, please follow everyone here because a lot of times where this is something that I found, you'll hear something, like you'll hear some news, you'll hear an opinion, and sometimes it takes hearing it from a different perspective to kind of take it all in. We're all watching the same product, but it can be interpreted many, many different ways. So definitely follow. We got a lot of different perspectives and viewpoints. So as far as upcoming, we got Bash in Berlin coming up this Saturday. The next PLE, of course, in Berlin. Yes, please support Travel Rain Media. Please follow us. Brand spanking new, but that is the partnership between myself, Martina Talks Wrestling, and Nick Witosh from Sleeper Sports Media. We're collaborating. So yes, Bash in Berlin, we're going to be streaming that together. I said my most anticipated match is CM Punk versus Drew, which is incredibly ironic because that's not even for a title. There is no title on the line. I'm more eager to see that than I am to see Cody and Kevin Owens or any of the other title matches. I'm not even sure. Honestly, this card is not. it's not really getting me as pumped up as a PLE normally does. And that's not necessary. I don't blame the talent. I don't blame the wrestlers because they're doing their job. But I do kind of blame WWE for just, first of all, there's no bloodline on this card. Let's start there. No bloodline. When I say no bloodline, I mean not one single member of the Anoa'i or Fatu families is on this roster. Not Nia Jax, not Trinity, aka Naomi, not the people call them the Timu bloodline, not Solo, not Neri, a Samoan or their family is on this card, which is very interesting. Like, how long has it been since we saw zero bloodline activity on a PLE? Little interesting considering that Roman just came back a couple weeks ago and set the world on fire. Let's see, London said Bloodline saving that heat for Bad Blood. Yes, they are. They definitely are. But this one's just, it just doesn't feel right. You know, it just feels naked without them. But so I am looking forward to see CM Punk versus Drew. We'll talk more about this on the Bloodline effect. The Bloodline breakdown. And of course, more later this weekend. But I do feel like Punk is going to take this one since Drew won the last fight that they had at SummerSlam. And this, you can tell this feud is not ending anytime soon, which is, again, very, very interesting. Without even a title in the picture or on the line, these guys have been at it since February. It is now August 29th. It's almost September, and they're still at it. In fact, it's ramped up. It's even more animosity and disdain than ever before. So again, kudos to them for carrying this and keeping it relevant in the midst of so many other huge storylines. Like, they've done a great job. Not the bootleg bloodline. Not the bootleg bloodline. I hate calling them that because I'm just going to say they're really scary. They have done a really good job. When I say they, I mean Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa. They've done a really good job of playing more into that, like, wild Samoan, like, they're unhinged, they're unpredictable, they can't be reasoned with. Like Roman in the OG bloodline with the Usos, they played mind games and they were vicious. Like, make no mistake about it, they put many people through a table, through everything. Like, they were absolutely vicious, but they still had a little bit more like humanity about them. But this bloodline, like, they don't care. They do not care at all. Martina Sikoa and Nick Fatu. That is too funny. That's too funny. What a high honor. What a high honor. So yes, that's kind of what we're looking at for Bash in Berlin. That's my personal favorite match that I'm looking forward to see. What match are you looking forward to seeing? Feel free to drop it in the comments or drop it in the comments below this video. Like, I would love to know what everyone wants to see. And again, don't forget to come join us. When I say us, I mean myself, Nick, and Hunter from Apples and Grapes Media. We're all going to be streaming Bash in Berlin. But wait, there's more. If you can't make it then, you can also join us for NXT No Mercy on Sunday. It's a lot of activity going on this weekend. NXT No Mercy is 7 p.m. on Sunday. So, you know, if you're in between your cookouts and your parties and everything, come join us. And then just kind of recapping from All Out, I mentioned a little bit. Oh, sorry. No, that's the future. Sorry. All In and All Out. Why would they name them so similarly? All In was this past weekend. All Out is coming up in September. And with that being like barely even 2 weeks between those two pay-per-views, of course, they're starting to build up for that. Like last night on Dynamite, we had Daniel Garcia coming out and throwing the microphone at MJF's head. Like he put him in the Tiger Driver. He was basically wearing him out, he basically promised to break his neck. This man said, "My fetish is ruining your life." That's crazy. But that's the type of intensity that we need, because, you know, this iteration of MJF is, oh, I love America and doing the whole patriotic bit. So I'm really glad to see a tougher Daniel Garcia, because, as you know, a few months ago, MJF put him out of commission for a while, blooded him, battered him. The security had to pull him off. So now it's his time to get his lick back. So I'm looking forward to seeing that match, among many other matches. We now know that we're getting Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page again. And I say it again because as much as I like that feud, I do think it does. All good things must come to an end. So I do think they're going to need to wrap that up, preferably at this pay-per-view, but I have a feeling it won't be. Let me know your thoughts about that. I have a feeling that one's not over. That one's kind of like Punk and Drew. Like there's so much personal animosity, talking about families, talking about spouses, talking about kids. Yeah, I don't think that one's going to be over anytime soon. So let's see what we got here. Oh, hey, Nick. He said, I'm a wolf man when my hair gets crazy. Oh my gosh, y'all are so funny over here. Randy Orton getting his chest chopped in half. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gunta, the ring out of her hall. Like I can't even say it the way that what's his name? The guy that does his announcing. I can't even no, not Giovanni. Oh my gosh, help me out, guys. What is his friend that always does his announcing? I can't think of his name right now. The way he says the ring in a row, and then Gunta comes out to the Baby Shark intro. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of chops exchanged in this match. And yeah, even though we know that Randy Orton and his RKOs are thank you, Ludwig Kaiser. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. I have a feeling there's going to be some interference in this match. I like Randy, but I do not see them taking the title off Gunta anytime soon. He literally just got it back. The Intercontinental title, I meant to say. Not Intercontinental, sorry, heavyweight champion. Heavyweight, the workhorse title, heavyweight championship. I don't see them taking that off of him anytime soon because he just got it back. So this is one where I would really like to see Randy turn heel. I like heel Randy. That's my favorite Randy. The psychotic voices banging on the mat, like that's the Randy that I feel like is the most menacing. So I want to see him go back to that. Speaking of heel turns, I would also like to see them pull the trigger on Kevin Owens turning heel. We saw him tease it last week on SmackDown, where it definitely seemed like he was going to run up and clock Cody over the head with the title, but they swerved it, and so that he was handing Cody the title. But I'm like, they teased that you got to follow through, because why? I've said this before. Why are best buds who just love and respect each other so much? How is that like building a feud? Like how is that convincing? Like that's just not doing it for me. I need to see some animosity. I need dastardly deeds. I need someone to actually be a real threat to Cody, because but they did tease that though in the segment on Raw during the Grayson Waller effect, where they showed like the montage of Kevin over the years turning on his friends. Yes, they respect each other. They just love and respect. Oh my God. It's sick, nauseating. Like, no, someone beat him up. What happened to when you're at the top? Oh, hey, bro. Thank you for joining. I love it when as I see people join, like, thank you all so much for being here. I know I'm about to wrap up soon. I'm watching that clock because y'all know I can talk and I'm trying to not ramble, but all I'm saying is just that I feel like they did tease the inevitable heel turn from Kevin Owens when they were showing the montage of all the people he's turned on over the years. And he basically said the only person that I apologized to was Kofi Kingston. He's like, yeah, everyone else, you get what you get. They deserved it. He's only sorry to Cody, which, oh, hey, Blaze. Hey, thank you for being here. So it definitely says to me that they are going to pull the trigger, but it just can't come fast enough. Y'all know how I feel about Cody. He is putting us to sleep with the hugs and the kisses, and I love you and I respect you and you're my brother. Dude, you are the champion. You're supposed to be, no one can touch me. Like even as a face, because I know people say, oh, he's not a heel, but he's a face. LA Knight is a face, but he still has some edge to him. He still is believable, is being able to do whatever is necessary to defend and keep his title. The US title. But Cody, even the way he was holding it, if you pay attention, body language is so important. If you look at the way he was holding it on SmackDown, he was holding it like a little high school girl holding her textbooks. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, hey, Mitch, thank you for joining. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. But yes, that's just a little bit Cody slander. I can't do too. Nick said Cody the Cupcakes. Exactly. It's giving politician, it's giving pastor. It's not giving champion. He is not believable as this dominant, nobody can touch me type of champion. And I've said this before, I don't think it's entirely his fault, but seeing how everyone blamed everything on Roman his whole title reign, I feel like, them's the rules. We got to blame him. So it is what it is. We know he's going to retain, unfortunately, but I do have something about this. I think, even though I know I went on and on about not having the bloodline on his card, I do feel like we are going to see some bloodline interference because, of course, they got to keep us on our toes. And we know that the bloodline does have a vested interest in keeping Cody the champion so that they can be the ones to mollywop him. And because Solo, you know, he wants his rematch at some point. He even said that he did. Because of course he lost to him at SummerSlam because Roman laid him out. You know that they want to beat Cody. They don't really want to beat Kevin like that, but I do think Kevin is going to turn heel. What if Brooke said, "Girl, him getting pinned by Solo confirmed his dominance for me." Yes, Cody did get pinned by Solo, and they just glossed over that. Like, they just want us to forget that. Like, how are you letting your champion get pinned like less than 6 months into his title reign? Like, how long Roman went like 2-3 years without getting pinned? If I can't even remember, but I remember the first person to pin him in ages before, you know, leading up to him ultimately losing the title at WrestleMania 40 was Jey Uso, which of course made sense. But yeah, having Solo pin him, I think it was on an episode of SmackDown. I'm like, how is he getting pinned on regular TV? Like, madness. Yes, exactly. Eyes, exactly. We will be watching. Let's see, what did Nick say? He said they're also teasing the bloodline interfering with Jay. Yes, that's true. That's absolutely true. They are teasing the bloodline interfering with Jey Uso in the Intercontinental tourney. Absolutely. We know that's coming. We know because let's think about it. We're almost in September. September is Monday. So you know they've really got to start laying this foundation for Bad Blood and then Survivor Series. Like, we're going to have to get the gang back together, meaning the OG bloodline, the only bloodline, as we would say, with our tribal chief, the original tribal chief, the only tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Once, of course. Once. The only tribal chief. But I will give credit to Solo. He has done a good job. I do respect that I feel like he has improved greatly. I've said this before. I hear people like calling him like McDonald's Solo. I'm like, no, he's done good. Like, give him his credit. He's not Roman, but he also hasn't been doing this as long. Like, give that man his credit. Alrighty, so I know I've got to wrap up soon. I've got about 3 minutes. Let me skedaddle on over to my slide here. Okay, oops, I went too fast. Okay, yes. So wrapping up, like I said, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just gonna switch on over to the Bloodline Breakdown with myself and Nick. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to get on over there. You can find the link it's on my YouTube, it's on Sleeper Sports Media YouTube, and it's also on Tribal Rain Media YouTube. So it's also on Twitter. You can find the link anywhere and everywhere, but join us. I'm going to let you guys go so that you have time to get there. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to read the last comment I see is Brooke. She said, I hate to say this, but I hope they interfere in Jay's match. I can't take this foolishness anymore. Girl, same. I'm over it. They've got to spice it up. I'm tired of everyone playing nice. I want to see dastardly deeds. I want to see viciousness. Absolutely. I completely agree. All right, guys, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank you all for being here. We're going to be here same time next week for Ringside Rundown. Like I said, jump from here. We're going to run over to the Bloodline Breakdown. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.